This is about not giving up. We have a word for that in Finland.
Sisu! Sisu is the newest film about killing Nazis. But how is the film? When an ex-soldier who discovers gold in the wilderness tries to take the loot into the city, Nazi soldiers, led by a brutal SS officer, battle him. I didn't know much about this film. I saw a trailer and I was like, holy shit, this could be a blast. It's the guys from John Wick making a film about killing a bunch of Nazis. That could be a lot of fun. I'm just gonna get straight to the point and not waste your time with this review. I thought this film was just okay. It's not a film that's gonna blow your mind. It's not a film that honestly you're really gonna remember, but it was a pretty fun time. There are parts that, I'm not gonna lie, were a lot of fun, and there were some brutal sequences of this older man just killing the shit out of Nazis that, I can't lie, it's a lot of fun. I mean, anytime you see those fucking asshole Nazi scumbags just getting their heads blown off, it is fun to watch. The main character of this film is a fucking badass. There's a lot of shit he does in here where you're just like, well, that was fucking impressive. And I said before about the sequences, I think there are some shots and some sequences that are actually really well done. But that's really about it. I was somewhat disappointed with this film after seeing the trailer. I thought this film would be a lot more fun. There are parts of this film that definitely drag. I think this film has pacing issues for sure. It almost feels like a Tarantino movie, and I'm not really saying that in a good way, even though I love all of Quentin Tarantino's movies. He's one of the best filmmakers of all time, but you can obviously tell this film was very inspired by a lot of his movies, probably specifically Inglourious Basterds. But the film just drags. Like, this film feels like the length of a Quentin Tarantino movie, but this film is 90 minutes long. A Quentin Tarantino movie is at least 140 minutes. So when your film feels like the length of a Tarantino movie and it's not even close to that length, that's a problem. There are parts, like I said before, that are clearly inspired by Tarantino films that I think work really well, with some shots, some moments of suspense, some of the things that our main character has to do. But like I said, the overall pace of the film doesn't really work. Now let's talk about the violence, because that's why you go see a movie like this. You want to see Nazis get fucking mutilated, and there are parts where that happens. But I'll be honest, there was not nearly enough. I thought there was going to be way more of these Nazis getting fucked up. Most of the violence in this film is our main character taking care of wounds. And I get it, that's one way to show how badass our character is, because there are parts that he does stuff to himself that I'm like, holy fucking shit, you are out of your mind. But I fucking respect it. And I guess that's the overall point of this film, the will to live, the will to do things. But I don't know, I just felt like there should have been more carnage with these Nazis, because like I said, that's why you go see a film like this. And I think that probably would have fixed the pace of this film, because a lot of this film feels like it's him just running away from the Nazis. And then eventually we get to the part where, you know, he's going to kill a bunch of Nazis. And when we eventually get to that, it is a lot of fun. I just think there should have been way more carnage, especially how they're marketing this movie. And listen, I'm not saying this is a bad film. It sounds like I'm shitting on the film. I think it's just fine. I just felt a little disappointed, especially because of the marketing. It seemed like this film was going to be a lot more fun, but it just sometimes felt like a drag. There are sequences that you're going to go, holy fucking shit, that was awesome. But a lot of times you're going to be looking at your watch being like, all right, this movie needs to pick up a little bit. We're only 45 minutes in. It feels like we're already 2 hours in. Like, some things need to pick up a little bit. And then there are parts where our main character just feels a little bit too invincible. I get it. That's the whole point. It's a lot of fun. I get that. But I feel like in the John Wick movies, there is some sort of way that the filmmakers hold it back a little bit, like John Wick's invincibility. Here, there are parts I'm like, that's just fucking unbelievable. But overall, I think you'll have a good time with this film if you're looking for that Nazi carnage. I just think you might be a little disappointed if you're expecting something insane. I would lower your expectations a little bit. Overall, it's just fine. But I did love the final scene, the final line of this film. I thought that was fucking awesome. But overall, I thought the film was just okay. I'm going to give Sisu 6 Davey Daves. My honest opinion, unless you're dying to see this film, you probably can just wait till it's on demand if you really want to watch it. But Sisu, let me know what you guys thought of it once you've seen it. I'm curious to hear. And thank you so much for watching. Click here to see more of Dave's Takes.